Shalom, real quick. Giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Shai, Hashem, Rakakudah, Shalom to the 144,000, the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. I'm going to make this super quick. Let's see where the Spirit leads me. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video Revelation 16:2. The grievous sore upon the men which took the mark of the beast. So I kind of condensed that down with the second verse of Revelation 16. So I'm going to read it in the KJV, then I'm going to read it in NLT, then I may read it and maybe the BBE. So let's read it in the KJV, Revelation 16:2. I'll start at 1, and at 6 bowls of wrath. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. This is the destruction of this system, and which is the destruction of Babylon, which is also known as the lake of fire. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth. And I believe that word should be gay for geo, the whole earth. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men, women, children, which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. It's not talking about the picture Caesar Borgia. It's talking about being a part. When this system, when the beast system is fully operational, meaning when they chip everybody, you will not be able to participate unless you get chipped, meaning you worship the beast, meaning you're a part of this. In other words, if you're in the military, you can no longer be in the military unless you get microchipped. So if you say, I'm not going to take it, I've been listening to them Hebrew Israelites, Revelation 13:16, all, I'm not taking it. So guess what? You'll get a discharge. What is it called? Dishonorable discharge. Then when you go out into the world and get a job, you will not be able to get that job because you have to have a chip. Like I said previously, it's going to come through classes. All the nurses are going to have to get it. All the military people are going to have to get it. The Navy, the Army, the Marines, Special Forces, whatever. Politicians are going to have to get it, rich and poor. The rich, the elite, or the rich, I'll say the rich, CEOs of corporations, they're going to have to get it. Prisoners are going to have to get it. So I see there's going to be a stand, mainly from Edomites down south, the Bible Belt people. They're going to say, no, this is the mark of the beast. They're going to say that. That's my opinion. I didn't say that was a prophecy. See, Tahar, you said that they were going, but it was really the more. But no, I said that's my opinion. Because when the Ragamuffin came out, and they came out with the jump shot, they found 6-7 different pharmaceuticals, found the virus for it inside of 6 to 9 months. And they said, normally to find a vaccine for a virus, deadly virus, it takes years. It may take 10 years, then another 5 years to test it. That's why they put it out there as an emergency, the jump shot as an emergency thing. So that means you don't know what's going to happen a year from now, 6 months from now, from the time you took it or not. And many people, they effed around and found out. They're in the spirit world. If you're an Israelite, that ain't such a bad thing. So they try to push this thing again recently. Oh, it's a worse worse. It's the same sea ragamuffin, but it's worse. It's not as deadly, but it's more. It contaminates more people. And then it took out the news because people have loved ones that took it, and that didn't make it. They died inside of months. I have a personal friend, childhood friend, that he knew he was gonna go, and he knew why he was gonna go because he was taking them things, and he said that. He said, I should have never took them. I said, how many did you take? He said, I took all of them. And week and a half later, I knew his mother because we were kids together. I knew his mother, and she said, she asked me, did you hear of my son? Because he's missing. Normally, because he lives outside of where he didn't live with his mother. And I said, no, I don't know. I saw him such and such a couple of days ago. Then she came back about a week later and said, oh, he went to a hospital and he went to sleep. He was hooked up, wasn't feeling right, never woke back up. And I remember him saying I never should have took them. So that's just one story. There's many, many stories out there of people that got caught up with the media and took it, and either getting deathly sick or kicking a bucket. So they try to push it about a month. They try to make it. There's a new strain, and you gotta, and they ain't talking about it because ain't nobody gonna buy it this time. So they got to push this because this is prophecy. So they got to find a creative way to make people take it, because when you read about the MOTB in the Revelation, whether it's 20th verse, 19, whatever, 13 verse, 16 verse, it keeps saying deceived, and the word deceive means to lead somebody into error, not so much force them. So anyway, it says, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth. So the ones that's going to be destroyed by the missiles are the ones that are here in the States, and when the missiles come, they're going to be taken out. But if you're in another country, you're not going to get hit. You're in a neutral country, you're not going to get hit with missiles. But you are going to get that sore. Anyway, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men or women or children which had the MOTB, which is a physical thing, and upon them which worship his image. In order for you to stay in the society, remain on the grid, you got to be a part of the system. So that's what it means by worship. Doesn't mean bowing down to a picture. You got guys saying, that's talking about you got to kiss the picture of Caesar. No, it's not talking about kissing the picture, no goddamn Caesar Borgia. Ain't no security guard going to be standing there at BJ's holding a picture of Caesar Borgia asking you if you sin. Okay, now kiss the Caesar Borgia twice and you can buy what you want to buy. The reason why these guys can't see it is because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not dealing with them. And they're stuck with these questions in their head. That's why they keep coming against. They don't mention us, but they keep coming against this thing about the prophecy about the MOTB. So they're losing sleep on it, over it. But it's the chip, it's the micro C-hip, the microchip. That's the MOTB, the mark of the beast. So now you have Sweden, you have anywhere from 50,000 maybe to 100,000 people that got the chip. Because they're not, most of them are not Israelites, maybe a few of them are. And you might say, well, they ain't getting a sore. Now, it says the first angel went and poured out his vial upon the earth. They have to activate that curse. All right. And the ones that have the micro C hip in Switzerland, Sweden. I'm sorry, Sweden. Did I say Switzerland? Sweden. That's based upon what is it? NFC, Near Field Communication, America's RFID, radio frequency identification. You have in your smartphones, your smartphones. You can now get 5G because they put up the towers for 5G. But I get they're talking about 6G. I believe that's in China. I can look that up. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and do that. 6G is a more powerful frequency. Okay. Is China utilizing 6G? China scientists build world's first 6G powered electronic warfare system. Chinese scientists say they have developed new technology to weaponize 6G. Let me do this. Give me a second. Okay, let me try 6G in China. China is actively pursuing 6G technology development and standardization, aiming for commercialization by 230. I want to go to the meaning of 6G. Meaning. Six G refers to the sixth generation of wireless technology. We are under 5G. That's why you can get better. You got your smartphones. When you make a call or when you use the internet data, it's it says 6G. It's a planned successor to 5G. It aims to provide, which is more powerful than 6G. So G represents generation. Remember before that you had the 4 generation, you had the 3 generation. When you had your smartphone or your cell phone. It aims to provide significantly faster speeds, lower latency, and greater capacity than current 5G networking. And 5G is pretty powerful. 6G is that much more powerful, enabling new applications and use cases. While still in the early stages of the development and standardization, 6G is envisioned to revolutionize various industries and aspects of daily life. This is far more powerful than 5G. Let me go to images. Okay, they're not giving me nothing. Let me come on back. Okay, they got a 7G. Right, I said G stands for generation, right? 6th generation wireless. 6th generation wireless is a successor to 5G cellular technology. So it's far more powerful. So anyway, that chip will be will be powered by your body, the human body, and the 5G/6G. So ultimately, anybody that gets it, you're gonna wind up with a noisome and grievous sore, which is a cancer. So let me show you something. Okay, this was put up by Shalom Yasha Allah 777. Subscribe and be edified. And you can watch the whole video. But I noticed this part right here, right? It says Antichrist, Butcher's Mark of the Beast, explanation. Watch out for deceivers. Okay, it says RFID, very chip, story on CBS 46 with Katrina Albrecht. And I believe this is in Boston. Maybe it's University in Boston. I don't know. Let's just listen. I'm going to slow this down. Fair use, all that good stuff. Slow it down to half of its speed. And I will put, so you can read along. So now listen at this, and this is why I went to Revelation 16:2.
Harvard doctor and
all. This is Boston, and this is Harvard. I guess she's in front of one of the buildings of the campus.
Author of spy chips.
These technologies will not make us safer.
This technology, if you watch this whole video, which I urge you to do so, she's talking about the micro C-hip. Because she's going to say something.
They'll make us sitting ducks for Big Brother.
Dr.
Catherine
Albrecht also compiled 16 years of study. She says prove the chip can cause cancerous tumors.
It's clear as day that the
cancerous tumors prove 16. Dr. Catherine Albrecht also compiled 16 years of study. She says prove the chip can cause cancerous tumors.
It's clear as day that these...
Now, this lady, you may not think she's a Jake because the way that she looks, but let me tell you something. She been doing this for, like I said, almost 20 years. And she got to the point where she had to sleep with a gun because she was scared that somebody was going to kill her for revealing this truth, but she kept going. That's the type of zeal that, you know what I'm saying, only somebody of the Lord, ultimately, should I say, the people of the Lord would have. Esau ain't gonna do that shit. They're not gonna fight against the power that hard. Hell no.
Tumors were not only malignant, but they metastasized, they spread to the lungs, the liver, the...
Metastasize, when you look that word up, you got a tumor. You get a cancer. What happens is the cancer grows on you. It goes throughout your body until there's no hope for you. So let's come back over here and you watch the rest of this. Watch this and subscribe. So we're gonna pull out a couple words and I'm gonna get ready to end it. I said I was gonna look at it in the NLT. I may just do that. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome. We're going to look up the word noisome. I'm going to show you that it's a cancer. Any sore that's not taken care of becomes a cancer.
Strong's G 2556. Carcass. Carcass.
A bad nature, not such as it ought to be. Like you get a bump on you and it bothers you, feel pain, you're going to get nervous. Of a mode of thinking, feeling, acting, base, wrong, wicked, troublesome, injurious, pernicious, destructive, baneful. Bane meaning to die. Let's come back. It said noisome, and grievous.
Strong's G 4190. Paneras. Paneras.
Full of labors, annoyances, hardships, oppressed and harassed by labors, bringing toils, annoyances, perils of a time full of peril to Israelite that believe, faith and steadfastness, causing pain and trouble, bad of a bad nature or condition. Right, sore is a bad thing. You worry about it. In a physical sense, diseased or blind. If you got cancer, you got disease. If you go blind, that's a disease. That's a deficiency of some vitamin or mineral. And in ethical sense, evil, wicked. Let's move on. It says, noisome and grievous, sore. This is the main word that I want. Sore.
Strong's G 1668. Helcus. Helcus.
A wound, especially a wound producing a discharge, pus, a sore, an ulcer. You don't take care of that, it turns into a cancer. You got people that are on drugs, right? Hard drugs, heroin and so forth. And what they do is they'll get a sore, or they can go to the doctor and they can get it healed, but they don't go to the doctor. They don't want to go to the doctor. They're too busy chasing that high. And so that sore gets worse, and they pick at it too. And eventually becomes a cancer. Then you got sores all over them. So the grievous sore, noisome and grievous sore is a cancer. When you take this microchip, it says the angel shall pour out his veil upon the earth. And the word earth, so anybody, you can be in China and take it, you're going to get that sore. If you're in a neutral country, you're not going to get hit with a missile. So if you get it, you better leave the country and pray that the Most High give you another chance. Because you can be forgiven for anything except for blasphemy. But if you got that chip in you and you don't get that chip out, and like Priest of Box said, well, what if we wait for the last minute? We see the ships come, we pull the chip out. Oh, you better go to fucking medical school to learn how to be a surgeon. You're gonna you gonna have to pull out your scalpel like the Predator and cut your shit open and take a tweezers and pull that shit out? No, you can't do that. By the time if you do that as a surgeon, the missile gonna hit you. All right. Let me. I said I was gonna go to the NLT. So the first angel left the temple and poured out his bowl on the earth, and horrible, malignant. That's a malignant is a cancerous language. Sore or cancer broke out on everyone, and she said it's what was the word? Metastasize. Metastasize means the cancer grows. When they say, well, you know what, you got lung cancer, but if you would have came, but you had this since a year ago. And if you would have came in a year ago, we could have treated you, but the cancer metastasized into your liver, your kidney, your this, your that. And they try to do the best that they can do, and then you drop dead. Cancers metastasize, meaning grows, get worse. Can't put that cancer grows on other parts of your body, mainly it gets the organs. You know? It says malignant. What is a malignant tumor? Mali means mild, meaning bad. A bad sore broke out on everyone who had. Y'all might get fucking, tumors all over your body. So you can't hide it. So we don't know how this is going to work. I mean, we can speculate. People are going to take that. The mass of the people are going to take that chip, and a lot of the people are going to regret that they took the chip when they start getting these cancerous sores. Let me look up malignant sore. Let me look at malignant sore. If the doctor says it's benign, that means the sore or the bump, it will go away with treatment. It's not cancerous. It's a cancer, but it's not a bad cancer. Malignant sore meaning. A malignant sore, also known as a malignant wound. Mal or malo means bad wound. A fungating wound, fungus, is a break in the skin that is caused by cancerous cells. So that noisome, grievous sore is a cancerous cell. You putting that chip in you is going to cause cancer in your hand, but it's going to spread. The woman did the studies on it. She said, what I found out about these chips is that they cause cancer, and the cancer metastasizes. These wounds can arise from a primary skin cancer or result from cancer spreading to the skin from another part of the body. They are characterized by their non-healing nature, potential for bleeding, odor, and drainage, like producing pus. So people are going to take it because they want to eat, but they're going to wind up getting cancer. And then if you live long enough, the missile's going to get you. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say, I said I was going to make this short. Shalom, on to the next. GMS ain't playing. We ain't playing, brother. That's what it is. And if you can't, I can't see it, I want to have a debate. I said, we ain't having no goddamn, it's not open to debate. If you can't see it, you will see it in the future, in the near future. Shalom.